Hey guys, welcome to another edition of this do-it-yourselfer channel. Today I'm gonna attempt to change the door switch. It's a safety switch and I just want to see the ingenuity of my wife to bypass the door. And this is a safety switch that when it spins, stick your hand on it and it can be pretty harmful. Alright, so the very first thing we gotta do obviously is disconnect the washer machine. Gotta make sure there's no power. Make sure you disconnect the correct one. Now, this is an old Kenmore. It's a heavy duty washer machine. It's a Kenmore, and we have to remove these bolts right here, but as you can see, they're all rusted. There's no way I'm gonna be able to remove that. So I'm gonna have to drill it so that way I can get it out. Okay, and here it goes. Okay, one has been drilled. A little bit of plastic I got, but I think I got it going. I had to do this because it's all rusted, as you can see. I'm gonna drill the other side too. It's all rusted, and I'm gonna drill it. Alright guys, so now that I got the two screws removed by a drill bit, hopefully you don't have to go through this. I'm gonna figure out what to do there. This thing kind of pulls up and then back. Alright, it pulls up and then back, and you got all the wiring and all that stuff there. Alright, so we're one step ahead. Also, this has a couple of things to hold that thing on the back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unhook this by putting a screwdriver there, like that. Okay, same thing on this side. I pull the screwdriver and it's out. All right, pretty much. Okay. Now, this thing is supposed to come out. I guess it has a couple of screws that there's on the back that we should be taking, and we're gonna figure it out. Okay, so I want you to just take a close look over here on the bottom, and there's one more screw that we're gonna take out. Alright, the other side looks okay. Okay, we're gonna pull it down again, kind of lean it towards you. Now we're ready to remove the whole thing. See that? Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. We have to unplug. We have to unplug this. Yeah, all right. Which hits the switch. I'm gonna clean all that out. Alright, see that? Okay, the whole thing comes out. Right there is a good time to clean the machine inside. But this is how it pulls out. It's real easy, it's fairly easy. Alright. So I've got the hook out. It was fairly easy. Now I want you to see the switch. See? This is how it broke. It broke from the base, and that's why it was so hard. We're sticking a knife and all that stuff to make it run. So we have to pretty much do the same thing they did right here, which is run it through. I'm gonna clean all that stuff. I don't know what that is really, but I'm gonna clean all that stuff. And install the switch. I want you to see how it looks. And I got the brand new switch right here. This is it. This is the new switch. All right. So this is the switch that I'm going to be pulling. I'm going to disconnect the ground, and I'm going to do the same thing and pass it all the way along and hook it up right here on top. That's the switch. This is a new switch. Okay guys. So the next thing we got to do is disconnect the ground. Alright, now it has this little clips in here. This one it was kind of loose, but you have to remove it by pulling the lid out like that, and this one comes out. And from here, it's the same thing. A lot of dirt came out. We got the switch, and here with the screwdriver you can push these things in like this, push it on both sides, and bingo, the switch is out. So now we have to take the screws for the switch. We got to take them out so we can reuse them. That will take a Phillips screwdriver. Right there. Right here. So all we have to do is take them out. They're broken. So since it's turning on that side, you have to hold it. See, you have to hold it to remove the screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. Okay. So we have to put the new switch. Which, as you might guess, goes like this. The screws goes on the from the outside, but you can see how the switch is well against the wall. Ouch! Camera is moving, but yeah, tying in the bolts on the outside. Okay, one, and all right. So I got the bolts. Now I'm gonna hook up the ground, which we must not forget. The only problem that I did is that I was supposed to bring the cables to the top. So yeah, I made a mistake there. But this is good that you have the video, so that way you don't make these mistakes. Yeah, so I gotta bring the cables this way. So yeah, too bad. I don't like to make this type of mistakes, but anyway, they do happen. This is gotta be like this, with the wires facing up. The ground, we can bring it to the bottom, and now we can stick the bolts. Okay, I got the second. Now I'm gonna tighten them up. Alright, so I got the bolts. Remember, the bolts are right here on the outside, okay? Alright. So we're gonna continue down here with the ground. Which is right here. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna connect the ground where it belongs. Yeah, you gotta make sure you connect all of these. I don't know how hard it is working with one hand. Camera fell. But anyway, so I'm gonna hook up that ground in there. And it's right there. Alright. So this kind of goes like up in here. And this is where one of the clips goes, like somewhere around here. I don't know why this one has tapes. Tape right there. But anyway, we don't need this extra piece of tubing. And I'm gonna connect this, which all you have to do is push it through there. Push it through there. And then we just bring this and try to get the wires inside the clip that is in here. And we have to play a little bit. Alright, so I got the switch on. This is the switch. I got the wiring all set up. I had to put a little piece of Gorilla tape in here to hold the tape, because this wire, it was a little bit longer than the original. So now I'm gonna turn it back upright. Remember the bolts that I had? I'm gonna try to remove them. There's one, and there's the other one. Alright. So I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna try to remove it with the pliers. Remember, it's broken. I'm gonna try to put a different type of bolts with probably a washer, because I kind of messed up the So once I remove this, I'm going to keep it because I need to know the length, so that way I know more or less what thickness and what length of bolt I'm going to put, and I'm going to try to buy a stainless steel bolt. Okay, got it out. Can you see how it's all messed up, rusted? Alright, so I got it out. Now I'm going to get the other one. And I'll come back to you. To put it back on, I don't know if the camera captured it, but the casing, it goes on top of the railings. However, the one in the front, it goes underneath, just like that. You got little pins that it attaches on the side, on both sides. All right. That's how it goes. And we're just gonna make sure this thing gets in here, just like that. So you see those pins right there? They gotta go inside in there. And same thing on the other side. See that little pin? Okay. This thing gotta go. So, yeah. So it got in, and those pins. Make sure the gasket is against the frame of the washer machine, and that's pretty much it. After we do that, we have to put the clips, which pretty much that's what's going to be holding the whole thing. And this is how we put the clips. So remember, this is how the clip goes. This it goes in here, and then you push it like that. And then you push it in. There you go. Just clip it like that. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna put the clip. And I'm gonna show you. Alright, it goes like this. Alright. And maybe with the palm of your hand, you can put the rest of the pressure. Just like that. See? Alright. And we got the machine set up. I'm gonna connect the switch. Okay. Make sure it clips on the back. And we got the frame. We got the frame on. All right. This thing, it goes up. You pull it. And pull it down. And the bolts, they go kind of like on an angle from here, and another one in here, which I'm gonna go and buy it. And in another video I'm gonna show you how to replace this one too. Right now we're using it just like that, but I'm gonna get the correct one and buy it, so that way I can have the whole machine for another 10 years. We already got about 20 with this, probably more. It's been a good machine. But anyway, so I'm gonna go and get the bolts, put it back, and this is pretty much it. This machine's ready to go. I also gonna change the hoses -12 right now because they're kind of bad. And the reason I say it's kind of bad is because it won't turn anymore. It turns the whole hose. I don't like that. So -12, this is a good time to replace the water hoses. Alright. So I'll be back with y'all guys. I'm gonna go and buy this stuff, and see you in a little bit. Alright guys, I'm back, and as I told you, I got these 6 feet water hoses from Home Depot. I'm gonna install them brand new because the fact that they already have lime, and no, they're not turning. So I'm gonna get them out of here, both of them. All right. And I'm gonna install the new water hoses. I'm gonna get them out of here, out of the package. Okay. We're gonna make sure that we put the brand new gaskets inside on both ends, and we're gonna install it. I'm gonna have to move this a little bit that way. I'm gonna start sticking it in. Okay, make sure it's tight. You don't want any water leaks there. Check the water hoses on that, and it's tight. Everything is tight and good. All right, now I'm gonna be changing the other one. All right, I'll come back to you. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I purchased a 8 by 1.5-inch stainless steel screws. And I'm gonna put these washers because remember that I damaged a little bit the plastic, which is not a big deal. It's just it got all rusted, so it happens. So I'm gonna put in. Remember, it's plastic. Oh yeah, check that out. It's really tight. It's not going nowhere. Same on this side. It's gonna be as good as new. And as long as the motor keeps working, man, I'm gonna keep this machine for a while. Alright, so I got everything on, man. Alright, all we have to do is just install it. All we have to do is install the machine. I already put the hoses where they belong, and let me show you. I got everything connected. Somebody had this wrong for years. It wasn't me. But I exchanged these because this is the hose that it goes to the refrigerator to feed the water. It's supposed to be cold. Somebody had it on hot. I don't know if it makes any difference, but anyway. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit, bring the machine, make the connections on the back, and we're all set. Okay guys, so to do the final step, we're gonna go and look over here on the back of the entrance of the hoses. It's right here. You got C and H, cold and hot. So which one is cold and which one is hot? If it's not specified on your hoses, well, here in the US, most of the time, I'm not saying 100% of the time, but most of the time, the one on the left is hot water. Left, hot water. Right, cold water. That applies for almost everything. So make sure we got the gasket, and we are installing the hot water first. All right. Now you're gonna tighten it tight, but do not go extra. Don't try to force it because now remember you're dealing with plastic. You messed up the plastic thing and it will be gone. So apply force, but not like if you're trying to be Superman. Now we're gonna install the cold water. Make sure it's got the gasket on it. We put it on it, and we tighten it up. You can actually tighten it by hand with a towel. I'm using pliers, but not going extra. Like I said, I'm just going tight, but not that tight. Okay, so before I'm putting everything back, I'm gonna turn on the water valves, both sides. Make sure there is no leaks. Open them up all the way. Make sure there's no leaks in the valves and the hoses everywhere. And right here, what you can do is you can bring a piece of paper towel or the toilet paper and put it on it, and if it gets wet, that means there is a little leak. Obviously it has to be dry before you do that, but I'm just making sure there's no leaks on both ends. Everything looks good, so I'm gonna put it back a little bit more so that way I can put the drain where it belongs. That drain is important because if you don't put it right, you're gonna have a lot of mess. So it's gotta go inside there, go in between the hoses or whatever you have to do to make sure it's inside. And we're ready to put the machine back. Put it as close as you need to. Just make sure you're not damaging anything on the back. Okay. All right. And we're gonna plug it in, and we're ready, guys. We finished installing a, oh god, the heck it was that? I don't know. A door switch. It is connected. It's working. So all we gotta do is test it out with clothing and soap, and we're ready to go, guys. This is where the switch was. All right, hey guys, we're done with this. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, because the next video I'm gonna do, it's gonna be so epic. You're gonna like it, and see you on another edition of Tips for Dummies.